It is true. The tail end of summer, in late August, that heat, crazy erratic behavior starts to come to play. 47-year-old Deputy Goforth was gunned down execution style at a gas station. Pretty much ambushed, caught off guard. I don't condone it at all for people to start taking out law enforcement. But here's one thing to think of. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Sam Dubose, Walter Scott, and many more. Sandra Bland. All of those deaths will register in a person's noggin. It will register. And what it will do, it will make them react. As far as with Shannon J. Miles and what he did to this officer, I knew it was going to start coming down to this. Because you got some people, there's some African American people out there in this world who are tired of the police brutality. And like I said before, I'm not condoning anything. I'm not saying, and I'm not inciting or motivating for someone to set it off on authorities. I'm not doing that at all. But you have to expect people to react now.
The authorities were looking for this man, the man they believe they now have in custody. The image of him was captured on surveillance video last night as he walked up to Deputy Darren Goforth and shot him multiple times and then fled the scene in a red Ford pickup truck. That's the image caught on surveillance tape. Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Darren Goforth was 47 years old. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. As we await the beginning of this press conference, actually it's beginning now, let's listen in.
I'll be reading a brief statement, and then members of, you can ask a few questions if you can answer. There's a lot of things that at this time are still fluid and dynamic, so some questions we'll be able to answer, others we will not be able to answer. We ask that you bear that in mind when you ask your question. Sheriff Ron Hickman.
Sorry to keep calling you back here, but I felt it's important to keep you apprised of an ongoing investigation. I'd first like to thank the deputies and investigators who have worked diligently through the night to seek justice on behalf of Deputy Goforth. Their efforts are evidence of the professionalism and diligence exhibited every day by the dedicated professional of the Harris County Sheriff's Office. I'd also like to thank the collective law enforcement and greater Harris County community for their support. With encouragement, cooperation, and prayers behind us, we have identified the suspect responsible for the senseless and cowardly act. We continue to evaluate the mountain of evidence collected by investigators and are actively interviewing witnesses that may have additional knowledge of the incident. I'm proud of the men and women that have worked swiftly to apprehend the responsible person who posed a significant threat to both the law enforcement and community at large. Our deputies returned to the streets tonight to hold a delicate peace that was shattered last evening. Likewise, I ask that you hold the members of the Harris County Sheriff's Office, our brothers and sisters in law enforcement, and Deputy Goforth's families in your thoughts and prayers this evening. Today, the District Attorney's Office has accepted capital murder charges on Shannon J. Miles, a black male 9/15 of 84. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to District Attorney Devin Anderson and her staff, who never left our side throughout the course of this investigation. Miles is in the custody of the Harris County Sheriff's Office. He does have previous criminal history that includes charges for resisting arrest, trespass, evading detention, and disorderly conduct with a firearm. Questions?
Can you spell the name for us?
Shannon, S-H-A-N-N-O-N, middle initial J, last name Miles.
Do you have any more about motive? Why would you do something?
We have not been able to extract any details regarding a motive at this point. As far as we know, Deputy Goforth had no previous contact with the suspect, and it appears at the outset to be clearly unprovoked.
Is this the man who was in your custody at 2:30 this morning?
He is the man who has been with us all night.
All right, then why were you asking for the public's help if you had this man in custody? It sounded this morning like you needed the public's help because you had nobody in custody of you.
We always want to make sure that we have left no stone unturned, because people who were at the scene that we have not talked to yet can have additional details to help solidify our case.
So